Okay, so we're here in the grounds of the beautiful Palace in Chantilly at the Millennium Series event with Philipp Fischer from Coming At You. How you doing, Phil?
Hi, doing good, thank you.
Obviously not the best weekend for you guys, but you know, how does that kind of leave you feeling at the end of this season? Like,
so we went into the season, we lost 3 players, and it's only from the main roster from last year, it's only me and Shubi. And so it was a rebuilding year for us, and I think we finished 9th at the event and 10th overall, which is good.
What kind of goals did you like set yourselves as a rebuild year? Obviously, because obviously we're all kind of arrogant to a certain degree. We want to go. No one shows up at an event not wanting to win.
Exactly.
But at the same time, you have to be realistic about your position, and so. Yeah, what kind of things did you say to yourself at the start of the year, like, right, we really need to be doing at least this, or did you set yourselves any kind of targets, so to speak?
To be honest, for the Champions League, take away as much as we can from it, learn, you know, grow as a team, because as you know, the competition is fierce, especially with the professionals being out there. Yeah. And I think Champions League wise, of course, we didn't make the Sunday club. But I think we learned a lot, and we can be happy. I
was going to say, I saw so many of your games that went very close. You're kind of one of those teams that, especially with those new guys, once you get them over the hump that first time, and they get that experience, okay, that's how you close out a match. Like, you kind of unlock all these doors in the brain, and
that's what we're missing. We yesterday against Syndicans, for instance, we were down 3-0, and then we came back 3-3, which was good, and then we lost the momentum because of a penalty. Yeah. And I think we're not headstrong enough to shake that penalty off and then go back into the fight. Yeah. So Syndicate closed it 5-3 at the end, and that's what we need to learn. Be headstrong for the game. I think that's what we did. Okay. Let's kind of take it back a little bit with yourself, obviously, because this isn't just about Coming At You. I really want to kind of get behind who you are as like a diathlete and your history in paintball. Obviously, I first met you back in like 2009 when you were playing for Budapest Bullets. And Vienna, I think, when we had to practice. Yes,
like we came out to practice with you guys. Like, next used to come to Budapest quite a bit and train at the indoor dome and stuff. How did you even get there? Did you just?
Yeah, we I think when we founded Vienna United, we were close with the Bullets because it's just 1.5 hours away. Yeah. So they were our sparring partners for Vienna United, and then the Bullets kind of rocket launched through the ranks. And went up from, I think, SPL, won the SPL, went up to the Champions League, and then at a certain point we still practiced, but not on a regular basis anymore. So they kind of parted ways. And at the end of 2008, I wasn't happy with the way Vienna United was developing, so I told the Bullets at the last event in Paris that I may be parting ways with Vienna United, and you never know what's going on over the off season. Yeah. So what happened was Victor invited me to a tryout. Okay. So they made a tryout, and they also invited a couple other guys, and I played terrible, like really terrible. Worst day of paintball in my life. But lucky me, after the tryout, I was really not happy with the way I performed, and they invited me over, and they said, okay, let's delete that day from our memory, but we've seen you before, and
I've seen it myself. Players who have potential, and you think, hey, come along, let's have a closer look. And yeah, they have one of their worst days of paintball ever, and you just have to say, I know that wasn't a true representation of you, so we'll go again another time.
Exactly. So what they said was, first year you join us, and you're gonna be on every event, on every practice with the first squad, and you're gonna be playing for the second squad, and just take along for a year, see how you develop. And then after a year, I got picked for the first roster, which was really great for me because the Bullets have been the same squad for 5 or 6 years before I joined them. And then I was lucky enough to join them for the last year of their ride, which was pretty cool.
Cool. What was it like having guys like Mr. Yu and Ollie on the team? I guess they were kind of a lot of teams in the past had American pros come and play events with them. Yes. But the Bullets, like legitimately, Pete and Ollie were truly a part of that team. from very early on as well. So, like I know Pete near enough lived in Hungary for 6 months at a time. Like, he'd just kind of trade off his shifts at work and go to Budapest and indefinitely near enough. And so what kind of extra benefit to you was that to have guys like that around you, and what did you really learn from those guys?
A lot, how they practice, the way how they, especially Oliver, how he lifts up everyone around him. Mid game it's gonna be like,
he's a motivator.
You are playing my position, you go somewhere else 3 seconds before the game, and he's kind of got that point of view which is very unique towards the game, and he can shift up the whole momentum by himself, but also bring in everyone else. It's not just him doing a run through, which happens occasionally, but he also helps the whole team, step up their game. And with Mr. Yu and Oliver, it was really a great experience. Having them, play them, give him, having the feedback, what they put on the plate. It's really great.
I mean, I know, like, I spent some time playing with Pete as well, and he's one of the guys who plays like on such emotion, like with such heart.
Exactly.
You watch that every single time he plays, like it means absolutely everything to him. And so it must have been great to kind of have guys around you that were just so intense and like kind of winners, rubs off on you.
And I've been on other teams where there were Americans, and they are guests in that team.
Exactly.
And with
that's the difference.
Peter and Oliver, Peter stopped playing after the Bullets, stopped being there, and Oliver only played for the Bullets. Peter and Oliver only played for the Bullets, and it was Oliver's first European team ever. It was only the Bullets for that man. I think he played 8 years. So what he always said at the last event, he became, from a boy, he became a man. So RP was kind of his European, father figures. It was a very close bond between them.
Wow. All right. Okay, so moving on from Bullets, that ended 2009, right?
No, 2010 at the end of 2010.
End of 2010. Okay, so then you kind of took a couple of years hiatus.
Not really. I decided to play on a lower level on the Millennium, and got Slava was on the year before I joined the Bullets, and Slava asked me if I want to play for an Italian project he had going on, Empire Venice. And so we played there, and the idea was to go up from Division SPL2 nowadays to SPL1, then Champions League, and then I spent with them the year, went up to the Division 1, we won that, or no, we came in second place after Manchester Firm, and then I joined RMG, the Slovakian team. They're still around, and then it was...
how did that come about?
Because they had a great budget, to be honest. And
so they was just ready to roll the dice.
I was practicing them, and I told him with the amount of money he's investing into the team, he could do much better. He can have a much higher profile team. So I got Paul. I got Victor. I picked up some guys from Vienna United. I was practicing, and then RMG came together, and then we did okay for the first year, SPL, and then after the second year, unfortunately, we budget-wise, were some issues, and we couldn't just roll on with RMG, and then lucky me got picked up by Kaminetcha.
How did that come about? Was Sven just straight on the phone at the end of that season, or were you talking to them?
Very good for me personally. It was a very good season. It was at some point Kaminetcha was watching us, because
this is the same season coming at your one SPL.
Exactly.
To go
they
back
were
into
watching
the
us.
CPL, right?
They were watching RMG, and Sven was watching. Also, it was the season I won the 3-1 against you guys, against Clint, with the Nations Cup, with Clint, Jason, and the guy in the Snake. And it was, I think, the same event. Sven was watching me. So Sven asked Victor, because Victor knew RMG was going to end at the with that season. So Sven asked Victor, and Victor gave him my number, and then Sven called me off season, and I just flew out for a practice, and pretty much.
And now you how often do you kind of head out to train with the Kaminetcha? You guys, like, you must do an awful lot of back and forth from Vienna to Frankfurt.
Sunday, today the flight marks the 100 flights for me. So I did
100 flights just with Kaminetcha?
With Kaminetcha.
Wow.
So what I do is every week, starting from, I'd say, February, March. Last year we started in December or November to practice, 2013. So I fly out on Saturday morning, We pick up the rental car at the airport, or we get picked up by the team. But nowadays it's more likely a rental car. I drive out to practice. We practice. Obviously, we go to the hotel. We head out for team dinner. Next day we get up early, so we can practice more. We head back. Either we have some lunch together, or if our flight goes back early, we drive back to the airport.
And this is every week outside of
yes.
the Millennium events, basically.
Yeah. So most of the flights I pick up, of course, by practicing with the guys.
That's a huge kind of investment, not only like financially, but like the time, you know, like
time-wise, yeah. The weekend starts at 4 o'clock on Saturday and ends at 12:30, midnight, you know, on Sunday, when I touch down at the airport.
Yeah. Do your family remember what you look like, or?
Yes, you know, the deal with my family is I don't have to do anything during the season, but in December there's no paintball for me at all. So December, my mother is in charge of my agenda.
And this is the kind of investment that you have to make in order to compete at the top level.
I think so. Yeah.
You can't. It's not something you can kind of just show up and pay lip service to. You have to.
Yeah, I think that's what you got to do, and also the fitness part. You know, you got to do. I think.
So you're
3
in the
to
gym
4
in a
days.
week.
Yes, and I'm lucky. My office is right above my gym, and I have a personal trainer, so there's no cutting, you know, through it, because he's gonna pick you up. He's gonna be like, okay, today.
So the Monday session's the hardest one, and you come back off a late
Monday
flight.
is off. Monday
that's your free day.
So it's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then Friday it's cardio, like running or cycling.
Nice.
And then Saturday practice.
Okay, and then it's not just you making this flight though, right? You're doing this with
Flo. With Schöntag, yes. Yeah. I brought him along from RMG, and he's I think the fastest on the team. It's safe to say. And he's doing the same with me. And he was on a trial period, kinda starting from last year from the beginning, and then he proved himself that he's a valuable asset of the team. And this year he's
he's really coming to his own.
He's in the starting 5. Yeah.
Cool. And is there any other like new Austrian talent that you do you kind of keep an eye on what's going on locally and feed back to Sven like, hey, this is another guy I can sneak on the plane here? Like,
yeah, this year at the beginning of the year for Caminette 2, there's 2 other Austrians playing. They're playing here for Vienna United.
Okay.
And they were looking for players, and I said they have the budget, you know, for themselves to go here, and they really they want to play more. And so they made the cut. They came to a tryout at the beginning of the year, you know, in winter, and they're on Caminette 2. Yeah.
Okay.
And locally, to be honest, I'm not very often at Austria for the weekends for paintball.
So how do you keep tabs on what's going on, you know, with the other new guys and stuff? Are these just people you've known a long time and thought, you know what, with the right guidance and the right people around them, we can mold them into something, you know, really useful for the team?
Yeah.
Okay. And then obviously earlier this year, you guys how many of those Austrians that are on coming at you, Vienna United, were on the Austrian national team that played in Basel?
All of them.
All of them. Okay.
Yeah. So what happens is there were 2 leagues, 2 big leagues in Austria. They kind of merged, and the new league owner from the other league. Before there was like the national leagues are. There was 2 leagues. One was the
Standard
official one
politics.
with the cooperating with the EPBF, and then this league went away, and the new league, the guys, you know, took over the EPBF thing, and were kind enough to ask me if I want to do the national team again. And
so you're the captain, you pick the squad. And
4th year in a row, which I'm really proud of. And then what we do is we do a tryout together with Flo from Caminette, and then whoever feels like who's ready for the tryout is coming to the tryout. Yeah. It's a 1-day thing, and it's mostly Vienna United. Then we got some dude from the Bandits. He's playing, I think, Division 2. Really good. Yeah.
Okay, and you guys, you took 2nd place in the Nations Cup,
which is really great, I think.
That's an awesome achievement. You know, like obviously the GB squad, we've had great success in the Nations Cup over the years.
Yes.
This year was not our year. You know, for I'm not sure why, but as I say, you guys did a great job of taking 2nd. Does that not mean that you get to go to World Cup Asia later this year?
Yes, we're going to Langkawi in 3 or 4 weeks, I think.
You booked your flight already? Like,
yes,
you're stoked for this?
Yeah, they're paying, we get a budget for the flights, they pay for the hotel, starting fee, everything. It's pretty cool, yeah. And we're going, the whole Austrian team is going for 12 days.
I was going to say, you're making a holiday out of it, right?
For sure.
You got to see the world, you know. It's like places like this, you know, you come to events, it'd be a shame to just do like the airport, the hotel, the paintball and home. You have to take in the sights.
I really enjoyed the weekend before the Millennium. No, 2 weeks before the Millennium, we've been to Avignon in France. We've been practicing with Tontons, Icon, and Outrage.
Yeah.
And I really enjoyed being there because there was the old city, Pope's Palace, and gardens, and Pont Avignon, from that song, which was really cool. I really enjoy, in between, not going to only going to practice, and rental car, hotel, paintball field, restaurant.
I mean, that's your bread and butter, like you have to do all those things. That's what you have to put in. But then, aside from competing at these events and being able to, hopefully one day stand on top of the podium and that, if you're going to all these cool places, you have to take in the sights and, experience local flavors. Otherwise, it's kind of no point. You might as well just do it all in your backyard,
Yeah.
Okay, so captain the Austrian national team, obviously off to Langkawi, playing pro with Coming At You, previously with Bullets and stuff, and on top of all this, Dai actually has you as a pro athlete. So what does that kind of involve for you? What else do you have to do as a Dai athlete? It's your kind of role.
Represent,
Yeah.
Represent the brand, which is really cool.
Gang sign.
Guy invited us, they had us coming, Shelly and Shubi and Chris from Solid, and they flew us out to Germany, and what we did the whole day was like kind of giving out ideas, marketing wise, what would you do, what would you think.
So you get to have like kind of input in, not so much like the direction of the company obviously, but how the company is presented to the
just a little part, they're giving us ideas what they are gonna want to realize for the season, where they're heading, what directions, and we could just put out what we were thinking about it, which was really cool, and then they had a whole program, we were in a fancy dinner, then we did a couple of interviews, and they showed us the Dai headquarters, which was really impressive. You've been there a couple times.
Yeah, I've been there quite a lot.
And really impressive how big it is. I didn't expect that, to be honest. That just the sheer size of it, and then there's
it's a huge operation. Like paintball's a business at the end of the day, and it's a big industry, big budding industry. Okay, so do you have any plans to do anything extra next season? Like, are you adding to your already huge list of things that you do in paintball, or is it you kind of at everything you can manage, or?
No, I'm already doing stuff extra. I'm practicing RMG every Thursday, which I'm really proud of the team. They're really developing, and they start practicing at October. Every week, every Thursday, they do reball practice. They rent out a gym, like from a school, and they do reball every Thursday, and they do that through the whole off season. And as soon as the weather is better, they go to the Paintball Action Park in Austria, and we practice every Thursday, and it's 3 hours, and then we do fitness tests, we do all kind of drills, and they're gonna do it this year for the off season as well.
Yeah. So they're your kind of hot tip team to look out for, guys that are really putting in the hard yards.
RMG Symphony for sure.
Yeah, and they're currently in SPL.
Yeah, they're playing the finals at 2:00.
Oh, do you need to get off and coach them then, or?
No, I'm good. We got half an hour left.
Cool. I think we covered anything anyway, Phil. So thank you very much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
It's been a great time, and see you guys later.